Hey there. The last time I did one of these channel updates was immediately following the Pendor video. In that update, I'm audibly a bit shaken up following the astounding success of that upload, responding to going from being seen by a few hundred people to a few thousand. I did not expect to not only double my subscriber count in the space of like 5 days, but also for it to be on track to be like the most viewed video on this channel. That's ridiculous. Man, listen to that guy flounder. Hard to believe that was almost a year ago. How the time flies. This time around, we've only got a couple things to cover, namely a minor Patreon edition and the cessation of my ambition and the beginning of my slow descent into mediocrity and possibly my own grave. It's a short list, so let's start with the Patreon thing. There's now a new tier over there. For a single smackaroo a month, you can view my bi-weekly updates and other blog-style posts I've put up over there. This won't get you access to previews, polls, and the short list of behind-the-scenes stuff, but I figure it'll be good enough for people who just want to stay updated on roughly when the next main channel thing is coming out, or if you just want to leave the occasional comment. Something to touch on following the new member tier is the end-of-video patron section. Pretty sure that the industry standard scrolling list and reading names out is the format that'll work for me. There's a reason that method caught on so quickly, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Currently, I read out $3 patron names at the end of every video. The total number of producers usually hovers around 20 people, so it's more than practical to just read everybody's name. I also subscribe to the Warlocracy method of putting a short conclusion section after the patron names to incentivize sticking around until the end. I feel like getting your name read and heard is one of the draws of being a patron. It certainly is for me when I joined somebody's cadre of supporters. One of the only times I donated to anybody on Patreon was the Brian Posehn D&D podcast. I was listening to them a lot at the time, and I think I'd forgotten that I'd done it, because when they read my name out on one of those donor things at the beginning of an episode, I had totally forgotten, and it scared the absolute shit out of me. And in my own videos, I hope that it communicates that I'm genuinely thankful that someone made the conscious decision to throw a couple bucks my way. I'm unsure of, at the moment, how to best future-proof this format, though. This isn't really a problem right now, just some out-loud speculation that I thought would be good to keep transparent. I figure the solution will be some variation of reading newer patron names first, while also prioritizing longtime donors. Should I keep a list of how many times I've read people's names? Rotate in people who haven't had their name read in a while? I mean, I guess we'll cross this bridge when we get to it. Next order of business, that slow descent thing. I have started a second channel. Ever since I started making stuff on YouTube, I think I've found a little more value in recording everything. I was never really the type of person to take a lot of pictures or to post stuff on social media. I don't think I saw the value in it, but I think recording my experiences with games the way I have been has changed that opinion a little bit. It might just be that I'm past my early 20s, my teen angst has long since faded, and I can see more value in cataloging memorable moments with friends. Whatever it is, I'm now sitting on a bunch of raw footage. This is mostly general gameplay stuff. I've considered editing some of it down and throwing it up on the channel from time to time, but let's just call that what it is. They would be Let's Plays. Now, again, let me make this clear. I am not admonishing the format. I like Oni Plays, Germa Highlights, Jolly Wankor, those guys are great. But my usual stuff involves a lot more structuring, writing, and analysis. I just don't think it would be very viewer-friendly to start mixing in that kind of content with my usual uploads. It's a confusing look. It would probably be a little difficult and frustrating to differentiate what's edited and structured stuff and what's not. I figure that's not exactly the type of thing a lot of you came here for. I also recognize the irony that I poked a bit of fun at Let's Plays in the April Fool's video, and now I'm essentially creating a channel dedicated to uploading that. Masterful gambit, sir. Always keep them guessing. Now, this is around the time that I expect the air will have been sucked out of the room. There are probably at least some of you who audibly sighed just then. Legion are the YouTubers who put aside their crisper formats for the more lucrative, lower production time route of Let's Plays or streaming and highlights. Don't worry, I make these main channel videos because I like to. At the end of the day, I get a lot of enjoyment from putting a bunch of effort into a project and putting it out for people to enjoy. It's an avenue for me to talk about games I love, which I like doing, and for me to write jokes, which I like doing. And if a little of my own fan fiction slips in there somehow, well, that's nice too. I also live for the comments I get from time to time that say that they've been put onto a certain game because I made videos about it, or even the ones where people say they don't like to play a game I cover, but enjoy hearing me talk about it. I had this uncle who would stop by sporadically when I was younger. I didn't see him too often, but when he did pop in, he would usually support whatever creative endeavor I was pursuing at the time, and he would always put me onto some new band he'd been listening to. I know about At the Drive-In and the Mars Volta because of him. Shit, Deloused in the Comatorium is like one of my favorite albums of all time. Eternally thankful for that. So I figure if I can impart a fraction of the enjoyment I've gotten out of the games I love onto somebody else, I've done my job. And what I consider to be the most fulfilling avenue of doing that is still the type of videos I upload on the main channel. To put this entire section of the video even more bluntly, I am your dorky uncle and I'd be doing this stuff anyway. But just to make sure the distinction is made, here's a handy chart. Muffintop, the main channel, exploring Kenshi, Big Star Sector, other things in that ballpark. Long form, structured stuff. There is basically always going to be work being done on something that I plan to upload here. And now we have Muffintop 2, the video hole. Informal, not scripted, light on editing, no real scheduled uploads. If I play a game and it was entertaining enough to keep, it'll get edited down and uploaded. These are going to be relatively easy to put together and won't really eat into the time I put towards normal stuff. In a perfect world, the ad revenue from the second channel augments the revenue from the main one, and all is right in the world. I'd also be lying to you if I didn't say that part of the reason for uploading stuff over there is to post embarrassing clips of my sister saying dumb shit. Oh,
Yeah, I think
storm's coming in.
so bad.
But this is inside. Pee in your pants, idiot. We're in the middle of a round.
You can't. I don't have my diaper on.
There's so many sections of this. I want you to know I have been recording and there's so many sections of these last runs that have been quotable.
Oh shit.
There's so many quotable lines.
Oh shit.
If any of that sounds like it'd be of interest to you, please consider checking out the second channel. Link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. First video over there will probably be Night Rain flavored. Short review, game is good. Long review, it's consuming my life and all my free time. And that's that. Thank you for listening to this public service announcement. More junk on the way. See you soon.